Good to have you with us on East Asia tonight. In a world where artificial intelligence and deepfake technologies become more sophisticated, is seeing really still believing? Well, take a look at these clips.
포기하고 싶을 땐 3번만 더. 다른 사람들이 흔히 쓰는 좌우명은 아니죠. 연습생 생활을 하면서 저한테 가장 도움이 되고 힘이 되어줬던 말이에요.
안녕하세요. 이터니티 최아름입니다. 이터니티의 리더를 맡고 있어서 그런지 다른 친구들이 없어서 좀 허전하네요.
So, which clip is real? Well, the answer might surprise some. Neither of them is. You can't tell? Well, you're definitely not alone. A recent report by fraud analytic firm Sumsub found a sharp rise in people falling for deepfake scams last year. Cases here in the Asia-Pacific alone soared more than 15-fold, and China ranks fourth in the region in terms of prevalence. That line you just heard is generated by artificial intelligence, mimicking Chinese President Xi Jinping's voice for a satirical music video. Computer analysis by an online tool says it has an up to 95% resemblance. And over in Hong Kong, a firm lost $25 million after an employee attended a video conference and was instructed to transfer the funds. The problem was those in the call with her, including the chief financial officer, were deepfakes. Now, such scams have prompted China to be the first in the world to enforce strict laws on the technology, and that includes making it a must for related content to be labeled with a watermark. Now, subjects featured must provide consent and authentication as required by regulation. Well, deepfakes also present a challenge in South Korea, particularly in its political arena. The country's election commission uncovered hundreds of deepfakes violating election laws in the weeks leading up to the recent polls. Police stepped up detection efforts by working with AI experts. Regulating and even prohibiting harmful deepfakes is seen as crucial to deter misuse. The main challenge, however, is believed to lie in enforcement. Research by Tilburg University found that despite bans, deepfake technology applications remain easily accessible. And joining us for more, we have Isao Ichazin, Director and Professor, Information and Society Research Division, National Institute of Informatics, and Professor So An-jung from the School of Electronic Engineering, Sumsub University. Well, thanks so much, gentlemen, for joining us. Well, let's talk about the threat level in East Asia. And Professor Isao, you could start with this. Now, deepfakes are spreading like wildfire. So what exactly are some of the biggest dangers of deepfakes for the region?
Yes, I feel that this is a serious situation where mis and disinformation is spreading, including reverse deepfakes in Asia. So last year, Japanese Prime Minister Kishida's lip-sync-based deepfake was spread and became a severe problem in Japan. Moreover, recently fake investment advertisements using deepfakes of Japanese celebrities and politicians have been spreading and becoming a social problem. These ads are being spread via Meta and other platforms. And some Japanese are questioning the responsibility of these platforms.
Right. And Professor Jung, I mean, another danger, misinformation campaigns can have a huge impact on elections, social unrest. How vulnerable is East Asia to these campaigns?
Yes. Actually, we had an election recently, and there are a lot of growing kind of deepfake videos and voice regarding some election campaign or something like that. And then since the middle last year, we also had in Korea some of the scams and the voice phishing trials using the deep voice or deepfake. So actually, even though you realize it's a scam or deepfake after the election, it's too late because you already voted. So the democracy is really vulnerable for this type of deep voice or deepfake.
Yeah, as you've mentioned that, it's always too late by the time, let's say, a scam has already been committed. So, Professor Isao, in terms of, aside from that, what are some of the other biggest challenges when it comes to identifying or debunking the deepfakes and misinformation?
in 2018, our research group, the first in the world, proposed a method to detect AI-generated fake facial videos using AI. In 2021, we developed a system named Synthetic Vision to detect fake facial videos with domestic companies as users. We are currently licensing the system to several companies in Japan.
So can you give us, in terms of licensing, I mean, do you see more countries in the region taking up, these sort of software to prevent deepfakes and scams from happening?
We are planning to the some license to our program to the other countries. But now in Japan, the cyber agent, which has the largest market share in the domestic internet advertising business, are actually using synthetic vision as a celebrity deepfake detection services. So three companies in Japan used synthetic vision on a trial basis as a spoofing countermeasure in online identity verification using smartphones. Right. So discussions are underway with the AI tech venture company in Japan for joint development. So synthetic vision is the first practical application of deepfake detection in Japan.
Right. And Professor Jung, I mean, the thing is that, I just went online trying to search for deepfake apps, right? And they're so readily available. And it seems like you can pull off something very basic with just free software and a few clicks of the mouse. So in terms of what are the challenges faced by law enforcement agencies in trying to detect and prevent such scams, considering we have such easy access to this technology?
Yeah, right. These days, those kind of deepfake generation software are available very easily, and then we can generate deep voice or deepfake in very low cost, and then those are really realistic. So our eye or ear cannot distinguish them from the real voice or real images. So I have been developing a detection tool for the deep voice, and then these days the deep voice are really similar to the human sound, so it becomes very difficult to detect the difference. But actually, the AI regulation these days kind of have recommended to represent the watermark on the image or speech, but I think that the criminals normally do not care about those kind of regulations. They will keep kind of making the deep fake. So we need to really develop a detection tool, and I have developed the detection tool working on the smartphone in real time. So if we use those kind of tools to detect the real time, then probably it could help people from being deceived.
So I hear what you're saying. Professor Isao, that with, all these deep fakes, becoming more sophisticated, tell us there's light at the end of the tunnel. Are there any technological solutions on the horizon in the future that can perhaps help us better detect them?
I'm considering a framework to prevent the spread deepfakes through a technical approach. So in general, the legal system is characterized by its inability to quick catch up with the technological progress. So I really encourage many organizers and companies to use the results of technological development, such as deepfake detection, we have been promoting. So another critical point is the improvement of the user literacy. So many media outlets interview me, and I try to accept as many interviews as possible. I think it is essential to let people know as much about the threat of generative AI as possible.